Hello. I'm going to be doing a fan fiction reading on a very, very bad fan fiction that I stumbled upon. So, here we go. Johnny Bravo gets a 10. Rated M. Oh boy. This is going to end well. Johnny was at the diner, talking to Pops like he usually does. Out of boredom, Johnny picks up a newspaper that was sitting in front of him. Johnny tries to read the topics but skips right ahead to the advertisements. Out of all the ads, body tan got his attention. In a thought cloud, he thinks that if he gets a body tan, will get him all the ladies he wants. Johnny likes this idea and rushes out in excitement to the tanning salon. Once Johnny arrives at the tanning salon, he runs into the building, throws cash down on the front counter, and runs directly into the tanning room. Without any employee instruction, he locks the tanning room door and immediately jumps into a bed tanning machine. Johnny then curiously turns the heat knob all the way. "Paradise, here I come," said Johnny. He grabbed the magazine and shut the bed hatch down. For the next couple of minutes, Johnny reads the magazine, but eventually falls asleep. He wakes up screaming in pain. Johnny yells, "Yeah, I'm ready for the ladies." He steps out of the bed and looks for the nearest mirror. "Let's see how hot I look. Wah! Ah!" Johnny was frightened by the reflection he saw. Since Johnny never took off his clothes, they were burnt onto his skin, literally becoming parts of him. Wow. His skin was nearly non-existent. His flesh was exposed, blood gushing out. His big yellow hair is no longer on his scalp, only baldness. The most noticeable thing he saw is that his dick was inflated like a balloon. Oh my goodness. How's that even possible? Johnny poked it. It exploded in blood, pus, and some other black slimy substance splattered across the room. Nasty. Johnny screamed like a bitch and ran out the tanning room and into the restroom. He sat at one of the stalks and sobbed for a while. He went to the sink to wash up. He stared once more at a mirror. He took off his sunglasses and saw his eyes. They were burnt pitch black, red blood pulsating, veins about to burst. Johnny was horrified. He put on his sunglasses and exited the restroom. A little girl saw Johnny and screamed in fear. Soon everyone realizes Johnny and run away, screaming and yelling in terror. Johnny runs back home sobbing. His mother, Bunny, immediately sends him to the hospital. The doctors say that Johnny's body has sustained so much damage that it was impossible for him to make a successful recovery. He also has cancer. Wow, that's horrible. Johnny is told that he only has a couple of days before he dies. Johnny spent the rest of that day and night at the hospital sleeping. When he woke up, he was greeted by a pair of tits. Well, okay. It was a hot-looking nurse getting ready to prepare Johnny breakfast. The nurse asked, "How are you feeling?" "I'm not feeling too good, baby. You here to make me feel better?" The nurse took the bed sheets off Johnny. Johnny stares at what's left of his body. No! What did you people do to me?" "We had to remove your clothes from your skin to prevent infection from spreading through your body," the nurse replied. Johnny's body was a bloody mess. Burnt, rotting skin, blood, pus, and some of his internal organs were even exposed. That's horrible. How can you live if your organs are just exposed? I mean, wouldn't that get an infection by then? Well, whatever. We're not gonna question the author at all here. Anyway, Johnny once more sobbed, moaning, "I just wanted to bang a chick for once in my life." The nurse heard his sobbing. She too felt sorry for him. She thought of a way to, cheer her up, her sad impatient. "Hey, Johnny, I have something to tell you." "What?" Johnny replied. "There's not going to be any doctors coming in for the next few hours, and I don't have any other room." "Do you want to fuck me?" Johnny said. "Yeah, baby." Little did Johnny know that this nurse was a necrophilic. The nurse stripped off her gloves and got on top of Johnny. She began to suck on his testicles since Johnny's cock was no longer present, since it exploded into pieces. "Does that feel good?" the nurse said. "Oh yeah," Johnny replied. The nurse tried multiple positions, doing everything she could to pleasure Johnny. She sucked on his blood and spit it out into Johnny's mouth and over again. Ugh, that imagery. She rubbed her tits on his liver that was bulging out from his body. They switched to face sitting. Johnny licked her clit with his rough, slimy tongue. The nurse orgasmed right into Johnny's mouth. He swallowed it all. Johnny stuck his rotting fingers into her asshole and repeatedly penetrated it while she sucked on his testicles. She shit all over Johnny's body. Johnny grabbed her shit and stuffed it up his own asshole. The sensation never felt so great. Johnny ripped off the nurse's tits and placed them where his cock used to be. What the fuck? He rips off her head and stuffed it up his ass. He then shitted it out her shit and head. Of course. He ripped off her vagina and ate it. Johnny ran out of the room and hunted down all the females he could find, raping them, eating them, and finally shitting them out. Eventually, Morgan Freeman made an appearance and narrated his journey of chaos. Years afterward, Earth was destroyed by the Death Star.